Hello, welcome back to Patriot Contraptions. Today I wanted to take a quick minute to talk about lawnmower starter circuits. So as you can see behind me here, this is my new True Value lawn tractor. It has a starter on it, and also my John Deere behind me has a starter system on it as well. And even if you look further back, there's my motorcycle. All of those have a starter system that's very, very similar. So how does a starter system work on a lawn tractor? It's actually very basic. The first fundamental thing is a battery. Every starter system has a battery, and that battery is needing to be charged. So a lot of times when I go to check a lawn tractor, the first thing I do is look at that battery and find out that it's completely dead. So I throw it on the charger, make sure it gets up to 12, 13 volts, and then I'm able to actually troubleshoot the circuit. Now, once we have our battery power, that needs to go to some kind of control mechanism. The control mechanism is something that's like your key switch, or in the case of my John Deere, a button and a switch, which we'll talk about that a little later on in the video. But let's focus on the key switch because that's the standard method. So the first position on your key switch is going to be your grounded out off position. And what that does is it connects your coil up here in the motor that actually provides power to your spark plug, and it grounds it out. So that's your first two terminals normally on your switch. The second position, when you turn it to that on position, gets rid of that grounded setting and enables power to flow to your starter coil. However, it doesn't turn over the motor, so it doesn't actually start yet. As there's one other position on the switch, which is your start position, your final third position, which is a momentary contact position. Now, what that does is it provides power to, or it attempts to provide power to your starter solenoid. Now, in order to get to that, it has to flow through your safety switches, which normally include like a clutch safety, a neutral safety, and possibly a mower deck on safety. All of these switches are in series, and what they have is they need to be in the on position in order for that power to flow to that starter solenoid. When they're in the on position, that starter solenoid kicks in and it allows the high amperage battery juice to flow directly to the motor and kick over its starter motor. The starter motor then turns over the motor and fires it up. Now, if you're having issues with the tractor firing up, that could mean that you have one of your grounding safety circuits. Remember we talked about that first ground out position? Well, the grounding circuits on tractors like this are also used as their safety circuits in many places. So you'll notice on some of those switches that when you push them in, that there's two wires going to them. That other wire is, in my case, a yellow wire, and that's the grounding wire. So on the seat switches especially, that's a grounding circuit because it's not involved in starting, but it will ground out the machine if you're not sitting on it. It'll ground out that coil. So these switches you want to be kept in the open position or the off position so that current cannot flow through them to ground. So that's how your motor start circuit works on the tractors. And real quick, I'm going to walk over to the John Deere and I'll show you what it has instead, because it's got a little different setup here. So if we come over here, we can see that instead of having a regular key switch, I have a button right here and a regular on-off switch. Now what that does is this switch being in the off position means that it's the same spot as the first position on your normal switch. It grounds everything out. Now when I flip it to the on position, now I've got power going to all my auxiliary units and my starter coil. Then when I push the button, that's the same thing as having the third position on your regular key switch, where it sends momentary power to my starter solenoid and fires up the tractor. Anyway, that's enough on starter circuits for today. Hopefully this video helps explain how a lawnmower starter circuit works and some of the items involved in it. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe. I do tons of fun videos on building all sorts of just miscellaneous projects. I do some home repairs, some tool reviews, and also I work on tractors. So again, thanks for watching. As always, Patriot Contraptions, hoping you have a fantastic day. Be sure to subscribe, and I'll see all of you in the next episode. Signing out.